and Review.
We have a jam-packed ref review this week. Brian, man, we saw a tombstone pile driver delivered by Jamie Hayter onto Mercedes this past weekend. AEW's pay-per-view. Just wanted to set it up to you. She kind of lifted her shoulder up just a little bit, but looking back at that tape, was it enough?
Um, I saw this on a sheet and I went back and I watched it multiple times. And I thought it was close, but I think watching it back many times, she did get her shoulder up when she came down in her cadence. She did for me. It was a 1, 2. She came down to hit 3. She put her arm up and rolled her shoulder up. And in my opinion, it was so close that I can't, even though I'd love to, I I think it was fine. I think it was fine. I don't think anybody in the audience bought that she didn't kick out or did kick out. I think that everybody bought it as a normal false finish. And once again, as much as I like to critique and like to have not so positive referee reviews, and I'm sorry I don't, because I like it's called referee reviews to critique. And I think she followed her cadence well. I put this on Mercedes that she went with the cadence and did it just like a Kurt Angle did for me. She knew the cadence and just barely did it, and it worked for me. It worked for me.
I don't know. It didn't work as much for me.
Okay.
And I'll tell you because even Tony Schiavone in his commentary, when she counted 1, 2, he said Mercedes lifted her arm, and that's all she did for me. She lifted her arm. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not pinning this on the referee. This isn't the referee is caught, as we say all the time, in a rough spot. They have a split second to make a decision and make a call. And
Correct.
in this case, it would have completely changed the entire outcome of the match. So that is, I understand why the referee did not count. But she did lift her arm so people can at least say, well, she attempted to kick out.
So
She
yeah,
had an out there. But for me, this falls on the talent more than anybody because
yeah.
she has to be aware, not only lift her arm, she has to roll her shoulder to where it's visible that she kicked out. It can't be one of those,
Yeah.
did she or didn't she?
Yeah. I'm gonna side a little bit more on the Brian situation here, I'm gonna explain. First of all, Aubrey did an amazing job throughout the match. There were some great falsies. When it comes to pay-per-views, man, she kills it on those. Um, so this spot, when I watched it, I didn't watch it live or whatever. I actually went back and watched it just today as we were recording this, to see the whole match. And when I watched that spot, it got me thinking of two things. One, I've been in a situation similar, and as you know it's not the finish, and as you're going down counting and you see Mercedes moving her arm, okay, at that moment you pull it or whatever it is, and you're like, oh, it's not the full, wasn't the full kick out that it should have been, so it's our Mercedes. But here's one way Aubrey could have done to make it, maybe for you, Jimmy, make you think twice about the situation. If Aubrey would have been like, immediately when it happened, slid her hand under the shoulder and then said two,
Ah,
that could have gave that little moment that, hey,
okay.
it may not have been big, but there was just enough room there where I got my hand in there. That's why I pulled it, and therefore that is why it's a two. Then commentary could have covered it up if they
Mhm.
choose to or whatever. Because this happened to me with Taylor Wilde. She did the exact. She just moved her arm. She didn't even really kick out, but I had to throw my hand in there, and luckily Matt Stryker, who was on commentary at the time, said, "Wow, the referee is so." And it was a wider
Right,
shot, so he said, "Man, the referee's so close. I mean, she barely moved, but he just enough. That's a good." He put me over as
yeah,
being like a good referee, just enough where he saw the little spacing in between that we
right.
couldn't see with the naked eye. But if you're as close as the referee was, you caught it, and that's why he pulled the count or whatever it was. And I
Mm,
was like, and I thanked him for that. He goes, "Well, I had to come up with something." I was like, "No, you did great because I slid my hand
yeah.
into there to show that there was space, even though there really wasn't, but there was enough to justify me pulling my count." if she could have done that, it would have made that even better. But in all honesty, though, I still thought it was fine. I
Right.
would have I wouldn't have
Again,
really I would have really noticed it until you brought it to my attention. And to be honest,
God, me and Daniel agreed.
yeah, we did.
and
Jeez.
just to be transparent,
Get back in the truck.
this isn't a dig at Aubrey. This isn't a dig at all. She was
Not
caught
at
in a
all.
bad spot. I'm pinning most of this on Mercedes.
It's on Mercedes. It's on Mercedes. She should have
Yeah.
made that a big kick. If she would have made a bigger kick out, it actually would have. The
Like,
crowd would have popped
she
more.
how about don't take a tombstone, which is a different conversation altogether because nobody should be kicking out of that shit. So anyway, next.
Well, at least it wasn't on the stairs this time. But Daniel, man, we saw during the Okada and Speedball match, um, some good work from Rick Knox.
Yeah.
With a couple spots in that match.
I'm gonna say by far I have, and I'm just gonna say it was literally the best match I've ever seen Rick Knox work, and that's and I'm not saying he's never done anything good before. This is in my opinion the best match I've ever seen him do, and the spot you're talking about. There was a spinning kick to Okada from Speedball that had him go down close to the ropes. They go down the count. 1, 2. As he's coming down to hit 3, Okada grabs the bottom rope. He hits 3, immediately jumps up, points to the rope, waves it off, jumps up, makes it a big deal. Like, no, he grabbed the rope. They slow-moed it. It was perfect timing where he grabs it right just, if you can see my hands, no, you can't, but right before, within probably 6 inches from hitting the bottom rope, if not less than that. It was a great spot, put it over big time. I loved it. I think what even made that better is if they fooled everybody and the music started hitting or whatever. It's like no. I don't know. Maybe that's too much, but it was great. And Jimmy, I know you wanted to talk about it too, as far as that spot. But yeah, it was phenomenal spot. Good job, Rick.
I loved it. I thought it was absolutely, whether it was designed that way or it just came off that way out of, again, calling it on the fly like that. Still, it looked authentic. It looked real, as opposed to that hiccup, tuck and scoop or whatever we want to call it. But yeah, hats off to Rick Knox on that one. It looked good. You're right though. The entire match, it was a different Rick Knox.
He
looked
got
motivated.
me. He got me 3
Yes.
times on falsies. He got me
Yeah.
3 times.
But here's the thing about that one in particular. You said they showed it in slow-mo. They showed it in
Yeah.
replay several times.
Several times.
That's how close it was. That's how good it looked.
Yes.
So you know what? I'm not wearing my hat right now, but I'm tipping it anyway.
He got me on another one, on another spot. I can't remember the move now, but I was like, that's the finish. What? He got me.
The only
Completely
thing
got
that
me.
gave it away to me, thing that gave it away to me is commentary. Stop.
yeah.
Stop saying we have a new champion. And guess what? Every time you say that, we don't.
Right. Right.
Stop
Thanks,
saying
Bobby Heenan.
Yeah,
Hogan's the third
yeah.
man.
So,
Hogan's
Jimmy,
the third-
before-
yeah,
Just before you get on your other one, but let me
Yeah.
just say really quick.
sure.
As we do here at Refin Review, we build you up to take you down. But I am going to give major props, which I'm not famous for, but I love to give major props. They just don't happen enough at AEW, and I'm glad. It's wonderful to see. Rick Knox did a wonderful job in this match. What I was most so ecstatic about was that when he counted, and because of the late grab, I'm proud that he hit 3 because he
Yes.
wasn't sure that the guy was going to grab the
Yes.
rope. He wasn't sure. And I don't think this was set up. And if it was, you got me there too. Okay. But I doubt it because you could tell it was a hesitant 3 and it's fine. I loved it. And I thought he did a fantastic job on that. The part that got me even more was the use of his body language to show and explain not only the people in the
Yes.
building,
Yes.
but everyone at home why he did what he did.
Yes.
He explained to the wrestler why he did what he did. So I thought it was a 100% magical moment for Rick Knox. And I want to say it couldn't have been done any better by anyone else.
Yes.
It was absolutely wonderful. For you to have the cahoots to go down and hit 3, not sure if he's going to grab that rope, says a lot for you as a referee that you're thinking on your toes. And that's awesome. And I love seeing it. It was awesome. And I will put you over as much as the good things that anyone does. And this was one of those. And the body language was the most important to complete this task, because you made me at home also know, even though I knew, but I want you to tell me why. And you did that. And you did that for that crowd. Great job.
Yep, absolutely. I almost hate to say what I'm going to say next because,
Just say it.
like you
Is
said,
it bad?
no,
Is it?
it's a critique.
Yes.
What can I tell you? And it involves Rick Knox, and I
Oh
hate to
no.
do. I know, but I hate to do it because, like we talked about, what a great job he did in that Anarchy in the
In
Arena
the arena.
match.
Yeah.
He took a double super kick from the Young Bucks
Oh God, yeah.
and okay, laid him out.
Mm-hmm.
But
Bump
not
looked
long
great.
after that, yeah, which looked fantastic. But not long after that, you've got how many referees were out there? 7 for this thing. So why
Something.
does he need to be the one to crawl in and count the pin
He
after
doesn't.
taking a double super kick?
He doesn't.
That made zero sense. And unfortunately, after raising the arms of the winners, he also followed them out on the ramp and joined them in the hand raising ceremony, looking like no worse for wear. You just got
Now,
double
Jimmy, I have to
super kicked.
so let me ask you this, Jimmy. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Was he selling his face at all? Was he selling at when he went to raise the hands?
No.
I didn't see that part.
Nope. Nope. He
Okay.
just raised it and walked out there like,
So
yeah.
again, I won't blame him for doing what he was told to do, but I will blame him for not selling.
Yeah.
He's got to sell that the entire time. And
Right.
I mean, he should be barely like hanging on to one guy and then maybe let go and hang on to the other guy. And then maybe just finally just both let go and just sell
There
like
was another,
something.
yeah, there was another ref out there who didn't get kicked, was selling more than him.
Oh,
Never mind. Anyway.
oh.
Man, they were named nameless.
Not on here because we can see video.
Oh, anyways, this is called the transition, folks. Right before we get to our second count and our Refin rewatch, guys, I wanted to get all 3 of your comments on the ending to the match between Trick Williams and Joe Hendry from Battleground. It was your main event. It was a belt spot. Jimmy, this is something that we've seen done before, and it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Did it work for you?
It absolutely worked, and it made a lot of sense because those of you who don't understand why this was not a disqualification, let me explain it to you. Yes, Trick Williams brought the title belt, into the ring and was attempting to use it. The referee did the right thing, stopped him, took the belt away from him, and now it's upon the referee to get that belt out of the ring and out of the field of play. He didn't do that. He put the belt down to tend to other business. So now the belt is out of. Now it doesn't it's not a problem with Trick Williams anymore. It's not his fault that the title belt is laying there, so he's not responsible. You're following me here so far?
Yes, I am.
So when the move came on the title belt, even though Joe Hendry's head is laying on the title belt, it wasn't Trick Williams who brought the belt into play. It was the referee, technically speaking, because he didn't dispose of it the way he's supposed to and get it
Right.
out of the field of play. So that's why it did not constitute of. It's almost like well, how come when they put somebody through the announce table, it's not a DQ, but when you pull a table out and put them through it, it's a DQ because it's the announce table's in the field of play. It's part of the natural surroundings.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing, not exactly, but kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. This happened. We did this. We did a spot similar to this with Alex Shelley and Nick Aldis for the ending of Slammiversary in 2023, I believe. So, yeah, it's a very the referee gets the title. He's trying to. Oh no, he has to. He can't give it back to the person. He's got to immediately go and and do his thing. So, yeah, that's very, very, very well done. Very good. It's. But by the way, shout out to Adrian Butler, who is a referee. He got to be the history making referee to officiate the TNA World Title on a WWE PLE. So congratulations for being that person. So that was awesome.
You know
Was
what?
it
I,
him?
uh,
I
I
thought it
forgot. I
was
forgot
somebody
to
else.
mention.
If that's his real name,
If
Adrian
that's
Butler.
yeah. I have to say I did forget to mention that he did a great job with his facial expressions too, because
Yes.
he had that look on his face like, oh
At the
damn,
end, you
I
mean
should
at the
Yes.
finish?
I should have
Yeah.
Right.
got rid of the belt.
Right when he saw it, he was like, "No, I should have got rid of
Yeah.
the belt." Yeah.
Yes.
The
Which
only
added
problem,
more drama.
the only problem I have is that the way the belt was introduced. Like, so you're trying to tell me this idiot's going to get in the ring? He's not an idiot. I'm saying you're being an idiot when you're going to use the belt to get disqualified and you don't care. Like, there could have been a spot set up for him to get it in to where he thought he was going to be able to use it behind the ref's back, and then that becomes even better.
Well, but the ref's back was technically turned when he came in with
But
it.
he wasn't out. There's nothing wrong with it.
No,
He's not
I
going to turn around and
I get what you're saying, but
it could have been introduced a lot better and a lot different for him to think that he could use it, get away with it, and get a win. Otherwise, right now, to me, and once again, yes, I'm not a fan, but to me, it just looks like, all right, we're going to use the belt for the finish because it wasn't done anything differently. I'm just going to grab it. I'm going to act like I'm going to use it, and I'm going to hope the referee doesn't throw it out. You know what I mean?
but again, that's more on the talent and agent, let alone the referee. The referee did.
No, I'm not blaming the ref. What I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
is the
yeah.
belt should have been introduced in that match differently to where it looked like he could have used it, got caught. Oh, shit. It even gave it to the referee, rolled up. He could have dropped it because it was a roll up or something like that. But otherwise, he's just going to, I'm going to grab it. I know the ref's not down. He's not distracted, anything. I don't know. But other than that, I mean, the finish was fine to me. And it was great. Just thought it could have been done a little bit differently.